Hey everyone, and welcome to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're diving into the world of 1981's teen comedy phenomenon, Porky's. This movie was a box office smash hit, but also a critical punching bag. But whether you love it or hate it, Porky's left an undeniable mark on pop culture. Now you might think you know everything about this movie, from locker room hijinks to that infamous shower scene. In this video we're uncovering the hidden secrets of this cult classic. So let's get on with 14 things you never knew about Porky's. Director Bob Clark revealed that he drew inspiration for the characters in Porky's from his own teenage and college years. He identified most closely with Pee-wee, Billy, and Tommy. Other characters were based on real-life friends and people from Clark's high school and college days. Porky's initially received an X rating from the Motion Picture Association of America due to its sexually suggestive content. This required significant edits to secure a more commercially viable R rating. In an interview, Mark Herrier, who played Billy, revealed a deleted scene that would have likely secured the X rating. He described a more graphic version of the infamous shower scene, where they filmed him putting his pee-pee through the hole and it started to come out. He said of how the joke was originally shot, the girls are reacting to it like it's a snake coming out of the ground, and it was actually this pathetic little thing. I think it would have brought the house down. It was hysterical and not pornographic at all. It would have been exactly what Bob intended, which was just silly and pathetic. While Herrier found the original scene hilarious and aligned with director Bob Clark's vision of silliness, the film would have gotten an X, so they had to cut it out. There appears to be some confusion regarding the release date of Porky's. Some sources list it as 1981, while others say 1982. This discrepancy arises from the film's rollout strategy. Porky's had a limited release in select cities like Colorado Springs and Columbia on November 13th, 1981. However, it wasn't until March the 19th, 1982 that the film received a wider release across North America. Despite harsh criticism from reviewers, Porky's became a box office phenomenon. Film critics like Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert panned the movie, finding it crass and offensive. Specifically, they took issue with the portrayal of women and the immature antics of the boys. However, audiences disagreed. The film dominated the top spot at the box office for 8 consecutive weeks in 1982. Porky's ultimately ranked as the 5th highest grossing film of the year in North America, outperforming movies like Poltergeist and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. It made over $105 million in North America alone, not bad considering its budget was around $4 million. The film gained notoriety in Ireland. The film was initially banned on February 1st, 1982, but the decision was reversed 19 days later. Following this, reports indicate that Porky's became the first movie ever to break the £1 million mark at the Irish box office. Financial needs of needing to pay the rent led Kim Cattrall to accepting a supporting role in Porky's. Initially apprehensive about the film's content, she was further surprised to see her name prominently featured on the poster. She has said that people thought it was the end of her career, and afterwards she had trouble getting serious roles because of the way she was sexualized. If you're enjoying the video, a subscribe to the channel would be as legendary as Pee-wee finally popping his cherry. To retain the legal rights to remake the original Porky's, a low-budget film titled Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee was produced in 2009. This tactic, known as an ashcan copy, is sometimes used to prevent rights expiration. The backstory involves a rights transfer in 1994 and a subsequent production deal in 2001. An intended remake stalled due to financial constraints, so faced with an expiring copyright, they decided to make a film in 2009 for under $1 million before its rights expired. It was originally entitled Porky's The College Years and was later retitled Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee. You can find it here on YouTube if you want to see it. Further complicating the remake rights, radio shock jock Howard Stern reportedly acquired rights to the film in 2002 and has long wanted to produce a remake of the film. This led to a legal battle when the 2 other production companies stepped forward claiming to own the rights. The dispute was resolved through a confidential settlement in 2013, leaving the future of a Porky's remake uncertain. Alex Caris, who played Sheriff Wallace, and Susan Clark, who played Sherry Forever, were married in real life and have appeared together in several films. Porky's marked their second collaboration that year, portraying characters amidst teenage misadventures in Miami. Their first such project was Nobody's Perfect from 1981. Director Bob Clark established a creative connection with several cast members of Porky's. This was not his first collaboration with actress Kim Cattrall, as they had worked together on Tribute from 1980. Porky's became the second of 4 films they would make together, including Turk 182 from 1985 and Baby Geniuses from 1999. Don Monahan, who played Pee-wee, would reunite with Clark on Porky's 2 The Next Day from 1983 and From the Hip from 1987. He also reunited with Clark and Cattrall in Baby Geniuses. Porky's marked the beginning of the Porky's franchise, with Bob Clark at the helm. He returned to direct the sequel Porky's 2 The Next Day in 1983. However, Clark opted out of directing the third film, Porky's Revenge, in 1985. Incredibly, there was even a Porky's video game, an action title released for the Atari 2600 in 1983. Loosely based on the 1981 film, players control Pee-wee as he attempts a demolition attack on Porky's bar. To pull this off, Pee-wee must gather explosives hidden in a shower room, accessed after a perilous Frogger-like dash across a 5-lane highway. Now, I do love a bit of retro gaming nostalgia now and again, especially Space Invaders or Spy Hunter, and to be honest, this game doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'll give it a try when I next start up the emulator. This movie was actually produced by a Canadian outfit, Astral Films, and was essentially a Canadian production, despite the picture being financed by US company Melvin Simon Productions and entirely shot in Florida. It was the highest grossing movie from Canada until 2010, when Resident Evil Afterlife 3D, a co-production with Germany, toppled Porky's and became the top-grossing Canadian film of all time. It surpassed it with a worldwide box office of around $300 million. In 1983, a paperback adaptation of the film Porky's by author Ron Reynolds was released. Novelizations, particularly of popular films, were a common trend at that time. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about Porky's. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.